I help men become the best versions of themselves by providing them with the raw and honest reality of today's dating market. I took today's topic from an article. Things got worse for her and regret began to crush her soul. So Francine told John she might look back and realize she made the biggest mistake of her life. She did not believe this at the time. She just told him this to make him feel better. And girls do this all the time. You can't put promising men on the ice and expect them to return. John had just started law enforcement training when Francine dumped him. But he's likely now a detective making more money and will have a good pension when he retires. John didn't wait for Francine, nor should he have fast-forwarding through how they met. We come to the housing market crash, which was the beginning of the end. Struggling should have brought us closer together. And at first, it did, but as time went on, and my magazine career and salary advanced, I started to resent John as he drifted from one dead-end job to another. She still loved him, but she began to resent him. John was the same age as Francine, but he hadn't reached his earning potential. Men don't make much until their 30s. John didn't earn much. And Francine's hypergamy note Matthew was this guy, and unfortunately for him, he didn't realize his relationship was over before it began. And neither did Francine. The frequency of intimacy had dwindled and nights out together were rare. She continues, I stopped appreciating the little things he did, like leaving romantic notes on the pillow or scouring second-hand bookshops for novels. He knew I love it. He was my best friend. Yet took him totally for granted after festering for weeks about his shortcomings. I told John I was leaving. We spent hours talking and crying as he tried to convince me to stay, that I was adamant. So now we come to what always happens in this situation. Women never leave relationship until they started another one first. This is their standard operating procedure. There are two immutable truths about women in 2021. A woman never has the strength to leave a man if she doesn't have another one waiting in the wings. This is why Francine was adamant when she broke up with John. She'd already started another relationship. I've never heard of a woman dumping a guy and not having another to swing to miss Crosshair. It is no different. Women don't have self-resolve or self-motivation. They can't achieve anything without a support system or safety net. This includes breaking up with their boyfriends and husbands. What's the support system of choice for Western women? John and I remain close, even telling each other about new relationships. But the way I dumped him, I never felt the women he met were good enough. I can see how I was acting out of jealousy. I wanted to keep him for myself. After I left him in 2000, he found a serious girlfriend. Eunice called John after his 34th birthday for guidance that he instructed her not to call again. I hated that John put another woman before me. How dare she come between us? I wanted John back, felt upstaged by Eunice. They don't want you that nobody else can have you. John replies, enough of this crap. This woman crushed my heart to hook up with anything with a smile rubbing in my face. And now she's got the nerve to call me up and air me out. He hung up and never called again. Within a year of meeting Richard, we were engaged and purchased a farmhouse in the Norfolk countryside, where I continued my journalism career while commuting to London. We toured the country with his renowned band. I believe had discovered the thrill and love I sought. But John was always on my mind, and Richard grumbled that I constantly compare them. Gentlemen, if this doesn't show you that the worse you treat today's women, the better they treat you, nothing will. This woman had a devoted man who wanted to marry her and start a family, and she left him. She then got with a man who repeatedly cheated on her, and she stayed with him for 3.5 years. In the end, he left her, not the other way around. To help us, please watch this video, please subscribe, and send this video to anybody you think will benefit from it the most.